Introduction. The seeds of ambition. Alexander the Great's drive to conquer Persia was fueled by a combination of personal ambition, historical grievances, and a desire for glory. His campaigns against the Persian Empire not only aimed to fulfill his father's legacy, but also represented his quest to establish his own identity as a ruler and military leader. This exploration of Alexander's ambition. The drive to conquer Persia will examine the factors that motivated Alexander's pursuit of Persian dominance, the strategies he employed during his campaigns, and the implications of his conquests for the ancient world. Historical context. The Persian threat. 1. The legacy of Persian aggression. Invasions of Greece. The backdrop of Alexander's ambitions can be traced to the historical context of the Persian invasions of Greece during the Greco-Persian Wars, 490 to 479 BCE. The Persian Empire, under leaders such as Darius I and Xerxes I, had sought to subjugate the Greek city-states, leaving a legacy of conflict and resentment. Desire for revenge. Alexander's personal drive to conquer Persia was partly motivated by a desire to avenge the previous Persian aggression against the Greeks. He framed his campaign as a quest for justice, positioning himself as a liberator of the Greek world. 2. Philip II's legacy. Foundation of Macedonian power. Alexander inherited a well-organized and powerful kingdom from his father, Philip II of Macedon. Philip had unified the Macedonian tribes and established a formidable military, laying the groundwork for further expansion into Persian territory. Unfinished business. Philip had already initiated plans for a campaign against Persia before his assassination in 336 BCE. Alexander saw his conquest of Persia as a continuation of his father's vision, driving him to fulfill this ambition. The campaign begins. Invasion of Persia. 1. Crossing the Hellespont. Strategic preparation. In 334 BCE, Alexander crossed the Hellespont, modern-day Dardanelles, into Asia Minor, marking the beginning of his campaign against Persia. This move symbolized not only a geographical shift but also the start of a transformative military endeavor. Rallying support. Before his invasion, Alexander sought to rally support from the Greek city-states, portraying his campaign as a collective effort to free the Greek world from Persian control. His ability to inspire loyalty among his troops and gain the support of Greek allies was crucial for his initial successes. 2. Battle of Granicus, 334 BCE. First major engagement. The Battle of Granicus was Alexander's first significant confrontation with the Persian forces. Facing a well-prepared enemy, he demonstrated tactical brilliance by leading a cavalry charge that broke the Persian lines. Victory and momentum. This victory not only secured Alexander's foothold in Asia Minor but also bolstered his reputation as a formidable military leader. It set the tone for his subsequent campaigns and instilled confidence in his troops. The tactical genius of Alexander. 1. Innovative military strategies. Combined arms tactics. Alexander's military strategies emphasized the integration of various troop types, including heavy infantry, phalanx, light infantry, and cavalry. This combined arms approach allowed him to exploit the strengths of each unit effectively. Rapid maneuvering. Alexander's ability to execute rapid maneuvers on the battlefield often caught his enemies off guard. His use of speed and flexibility enabled him to outflank and encircle larger enemy forces. 2. Psychological warfare. Creating an aura of invincibility. Alexander cultivated a reputation as an undefeated commander, which served as a psychological weapon against his adversaries. His early victories contributed to a perception of invincibility, often leading enemies to surrender without engaging in battle. Dramatic displays. Alexander frequently employed dramatic tactics to intimidate opponents, such as the swift movement of troops and unexpected attacks. This psychological aspect of warfare was as important as the physical confrontations themselves. The major battles against Persia. 1. Battle of Issus, 333 BCE. Confrontation with Darius III. At Issus, Alexander faced Darius III, the Persian king, in a decisive battle. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's tactical genius and use of terrain led to a significant victory. Impact on Persian morale. The defeat of Darius at Issus shattered Persian morale and demonstrated Alexander's military prowess, further solidifying his reputation as a formidable conqueror. 2. Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BCE. Decisive engagement. The Battle of Gaugamela was the culmination of Alexander's campaigns against Persia. Darius assembled a vast army, but Alexander's strategic brilliance and effective use of terrain turned the tide in his favor. Collapse of the Persian Empire. The defeat of Darius at Gaugamela marked the effective end of the Persian Empire, paving the way for Alexander's control over Persia and the surrounding territories. The implications of Alexander's conquest of Persia. 1. Cultural exchange and Hellenization. Spread of Hellenistic culture. Alexander's conquests facilitated the spread of Greek culture throughout the regions he conquered. The establishment of cities, such as Alexandria, became centers of Hellenistic culture and learning. Cultural synthesis. The blending of Greek and Persian cultures resulted in a rich cultural tapestry that influenced art, literature, and philosophy in the Hellenistic world. 2. Political reorganization. Formation of Hellenistic kingdoms. Following Alexander's death, his empire fragmented into several Hellenistic kingdoms ruled by his former generals. The political structures established during this period blended Greek and local governance practices. Legacy of governance. The principles of governance and administration established by Alexander influenced subsequent empires, including the Roman Empire, which adopted elements of Hellenistic culture and governance. Conclusion. The legacy of Alexander's ambition. Alexander the Great's drive to conquer Persia was fueled by a combination of personal ambition, historical grievances, and a vision of a unified world. His military genius, innovative strategies, and charismatic leadership allowed him to achieve remarkable victories and establish one of the largest empires in history. Charismatic authority. Alexander's charismatic leadership played a crucial role in motivating his troops and ensuring their loyalty. He was known for his ability to connect with his soldiers, sharing in their hardships and victories, which fostered a strong sense of camaraderie. Inspiration through action. Unlike many leaders who remained distant from their armies, Alexander often led from the front lines, demonstrating bravery and skill in battle. His personal involvement not only inspired his men but also solidified his image as a warrior king. 2. Visionary ambition. Aspiration beyond conquest. Alexander's ambition was not solely about territorial expansion. It was also driven by a desire to establish a new order that blended cultures and promoted the ideals of Hellenism. He envisioned a world where different cultures could coexist and thrive together. Cultural integration. Throughout his campaigns, Alexander encouraged intermarriage between his soldiers and local populations, promoting a sense of unity. His vision of a multicultural empire sought to integrate the diverse peoples of his realm under a shared identity. Challenges faced during the campaigns. 1. Logistical difficulties. Supply lines and resources. As Alexander pushed deeper into Persian territory, maintaining supply lines became increasingly challenging. The vast distances and harsh terrains required meticulous planning and resource management to ensure his army remained well supplied. Troop morale and fatigue. The prolonged campaigns, particularly in unfamiliar regions, took a toll on the morale of Alexander's troops. Many soldiers experienced fatigue and homesickness, leading to tensions within the ranks. 2. Cultural and geographic obstacles. Resistance from local populations. While many regions welcomed Alexander as a liberator, others resisted his advances fiercely. Local rulers and tribal leaders often rallied their forces against him, presenting formidable challenges. Geographic challenges. The diverse terrains of Persia, from mountainous regions to deserts, posed significant logistical and tactical challenges. Alexander's ability to adapt his strategies to these varying environments demonstrated his military genius. The broader implications of Alexander's conquests. 1. Cultural legacy. Spread of Greek culture. The conquests of Persia facilitated the spread of Greek culture, language, and ideas throughout the regions Alexander conquered. Hellenistic culture became a dominant force, influencing local customs and practices. Art and philosophy. The blending of Greek and Persian influences enriched artistic expression and philosophical thought. Hellenistic art and literature flourished, characterized by emotional depth and realism. 2. Political changes in the Hellenistic world. Fragmentation of the empire. Following Alexander's death, the empire fragmented into several Hellenistic kingdoms, each adapting and modifying Alexander's legacy. The Ptolemaic and Seleucid empires emerged as prominent centers of Hellenistic culture and governance. Influence on successor states. The political structures and governance models established by Alexander influenced the administration of these successor states. The blending of Greek and local practices contributed to stability and cultural exchange.